All right, man.
Okay.
Torture Talk Sports. You know what it is. I'm probably gonna change the name, but that's just came up the top of my head. Um, so are we gonna talk about the UFC and the black champions losing all their belts? How you feel about that? And there is another black champ, but how you feel about the top guys? Taking the fall.
Well, I mean, as we seen from UFC 281, you know what I'm saying? Most of the top guys, champions, they lost their belts. And when I'm saying it now, I'm saying it as far as, what I'm saying, both black, white, whatever, as far as race wise, everybody, at least a good 85% of them, the top guys lost their belt that night. I don't know what it was. What was something that was in the water? I don't know what it was. It's just it was one of them days
Yeah.
that everybody was losing their titles. And, you know, and if you look at all the previous pay-per-views before this one, Usman lost his title. And of course, this one, Izzy lost his title. The only guy that I know that I follow that's left is my uh I can't pronounce his name worth nothing.
Uganda.
Huh?
Uganda. Is his name?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one he's gonna fight Jones. He's
Well, he's
supposed to
supposed to
fight him.
fight you. We don't. I
Supposed to,
don't know if that's gonna happen. They,
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen either, but he's the only one that got his belt. He's the only one that got his belt still. And it just I don't know, it was just weird, but I understand that, doesn't matter what race you are or whatever, like, you're not meant to hold the belt forever unless you just one of those special fighters. Like, I mean, I know Jones held the belt for nearly his whole entire career. You know what I mean? But I mean, how many John Joneses that's going to be able to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, not only that, John Jones was also fighting demons too, and some of those demons, he was even fighting with in the ring and still winning his fights, which was crazy because but that's another story. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
mm-hmm.
I was just like, I was just trying to point that out, like, yo, all the top black athletes in the UFC, or what I mean, it seems like they're losing their belts, the top guys, well, at least the guys that I follow, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It seems like they're losing their titles, but
Well, I mean, so you got all of them. Actually, everybody lost their titles this year, except for the Australian guy. I
mm.
think I think everybody lost their titles.
The Australian guy, you talking about the guy that we discussed off camera about, the one that that's on the same team as Izzy, right? Him,
Yeah,
right?
short guy. Yeah,
Yeah, yo,
he's the
he's
only one.
nasty, bro.
Yeah,
He's nasty. He's bad, bro. He's
yeah.
yo, that dude is dangerous, man. I've seen
He
his fight.
he
I watched the
he
last fight.
he didn't lose. So you got Oliveira lost. Oliveira lost his title not off the fight.
Mm.
Oliveira lost his title because he was a pound over weight,
Oh
or half a
wow.
pound overweight. So they
Hmm.
stripped him. But he was still the champ. Everybody was saying he was still the champ. And then he fought the other guy, the young bull, Khabib's young bull. I can't remember his
Hmm.
name right now at the top of my head. I know it's right there, right? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? A lot of these names I know, but sometimes I forget. I got
Yeah,
my
I understand. I understand. It's cool.
so he fought him and he lost. He got submitted.
Hmm.
Um so that's a new champ. The girl last night, um, the featherweight, the Chinese girl, she won
Hmm.
last night. She took the title.
Hmm.
Um, Izzy lost. Usman lost. Um, who else? There were champions. It was another person that lost. I can't remember, but they all lost their titles this year. Oh, what's her name? Uh, uh, the Brazilian girl. the Lioness, John. She lost her title.
Oh yeah,
Amanda Nunes. She
yeah.
lost. Yeah.
Who she lose to?
She lost to that one white girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Are you
lost.
talking? Are you talking about the I don't know. Is she Russian or something like that? What?
Nah, she's American.
She American?
Yeah, regular American girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And she beat the
Yeah.
Lioness.
She beat her.
I
But
gotta
she
look
has
that
two
up.
titles. What's
She
the name
got
has
both.
two titles.
Who
She has
Lioness got two titles?
yeah. She has two titles in two different weight classes.
Yeah,
She
I
lost
know.
one of them.
Oh,
Amanda Nunes
oh.
lost one of them.
Uh huh.
So I don't know about the other one. I can't recall whether she fought and whether she still has the other one. But she she
Mm-hmm.
she lost the one belt. She got beat
Wow.
up. The girl beat her up. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
She beat her up. That was just that. And then
Damn.
Nunes said like, oh no, she submitted her. She made Amanda Nunes submit. She
Wow.
made her submit, and the
What
girls.
round?
I think the second round.
What? Wow.
I think it was the second round, I think it was the first round. I think it was the first round or the second. I can't remember, but it didn't go past the third.
Wow.
But she made Amanda Nunes submit. So, and she said, "Hey, she beat me." That's just that. I think a lot of fighters get to that point where they lose. There's really nothing they can do. Like, because people gotta understand. That's why I get so upset with people when they talk about people get their ass whooped, or he's gonna lose, or he's gonna get fucked up. Oh man, this is crazy. All of these dudes are world class fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Any one of them can lose anytime to any one of them. All it takes is one mistake. They train all their life. So when
Yeah.
someone says, yo, it's not like me getting in the ring with Izzy. I never trained, and I get in there and somebody says, well, damn, Reese, you gonna get your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
not far-fetched. Like, oh yeah, he's gonna get his ass whooped. But for you to say somebody like, let's just say Usman, for example. Usman gets in the ring with John Jones. John Jones is a world-class kickboxer, and he's been fighting all his life, and Usman been fighting all his life. Any one of them can win. Any one of them can win. It's not going to be this person that's going to beat this person. They train for this. It's the same thing with boxing. You never know, because some people, they going like a 1 pound can fuck your whole fight up. You know what I'm saying? You could be 1 pound off. You could be 10 pounds off. It really doesn't matter. So I just hate when people say that, oh, he's going to get his ass whooped by this person. Like, no, it could go either way.
Right.
Amanda Nunes, I swear, I never thought she was going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And she lost. Charles Oliveira, I swore I thought Charles was going to kill this dude. I said, Charles is going to fuck him up. There's no rap. He's going to kill him. And what happened? He lost. He got submitted. The dude with the most submissions in UFC history got submitted.
Yeah.
So, Usman, we all seen Usman whooping this, what's his name, Jackson? I can't remember his name. Usman fucking him up the whole 4 rounds. And then what happened? He dropped his arm, I kicked in the head.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
This is a game that people play. You never know who's going to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're just that good.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. I think that the UFC is in a great space because there's only one promoter. And I say this to people all the time. UFC is the only sport where wins and losses don't really mean nothing. So there's people with 9-10 losses and they was champions. Like, you know what I'm saying? The wins and losses don't really mean nothing in UFC. See, boxing is different. You got 1 loss on your record in boxing, that's going to haunt you for at least 3-4 years. Because nobody's going to want to fight you because, number one, you got a loss and everybody wants to fight a champ. And most champions in boxing, they don't have losses. That's why so many champions all over the world in boxing. These champions you don't even know about. You be like, who the fuck is that? I never even
Yeah.
heard of this guy. No one knew who Dimitri Bivol was until he fought Canelo. No one knew who he was. It's
Yeah.
like, who the fuck is this guy? He comes out of nowhere and beats Canelo. He beats Canelo. This dude is like, what? I think Dimitri Bivol is only like 27 or something like that.
Mm.
But he beats the best fighter in the world. Even though, Canelo had to move up to his weight class. But that's just a testament of how good he is. But that's the thing about the UFC. It's ran by one person. If you look at anything with boxing, there's so many different promoters, and even boxers are their own promoters. And you got all these different people with their hands in everybody's pocket. That's why that's why there's no fights in boxing. You got Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Telefimo, Devin Haney, the Matrix, what's the name? You got then you got Crawford, Spence. They're not fighting each other. Well, Crawford and Spence wouldn't fight them, but they're not fighting each other.
Yeah.
It's not the same as the UFC. Dana White's like, no, this is the moneymaker fight, and y'all the two best right now, y'all fighting. It has to be like that. But when you got too many people in it, it fucks up the sport. Not saying boxing is fucked up, because boxing is still exciting. Like even like with Wilder and Fury. They fought 3 times. First time was a draw. Second time, Wilder got his ass whooped. And the third time, Wilder lost. He could have won that fight, but he lost. You know what I'm saying? Fury fought that man 3 times within, I think, 2 years or something like that. 3 times. You don't really get that in boxing like that nowadays. It used to be, but not no more. But yeah, man, I think that's why I like the UFC when it comes to promotion, because there's only really one promoter. That's it. Which is dope. So I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man, because I'm looking at the win-loss records of a lot of these guys, and they have like 10, 15 losses,
Yeah.
and then end up having a belt later on. I'm like, damn, like really, you know what I'm saying? Win-loss records in MMA don't even count, because
It don't matter.
You still got a shot at being a champion. You know what I'm saying?
You know why it doesn't matter? First of all, the win-loss ratio don't matter in the MMA, because people don't come to see fights off of who's the win, who won the most and who lost the most. They want to see who's the best at that time. So if you got somebody like Dubronx, if you got Charles, and you got somebody like Izzy, which I think would be an amazing fight, but Charles would probably have to come up a weight. But I think if they was to fight, it don't matter. That would be bigger than the championship fight. You get what I'm saying? Because you got 2 fan favorites, and it don't matter how many. Charles got 9 losses, and he was the champion. He was the champion for like 4 years. He has 9 losses. Izzy has 2 losses, and he had 1 at the time, and now he has 2. So he was the champion for about what, 5 years, something like that.
Izzy, we talking about
2
Izzy?
years? Yeah.
Izzy was a champion, I believe, for like almost 2 years,
2
because
years.
because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he won. When did he win that belt? He won that belt. What was it 2000, towards the end of the 2019 or 2020?
Yeah.
Like something like that. You know what I mean? Because his debut, I believe, was in, it had to be in like 2018, I
Yeah.
think his debut was. But he already had like 72 fights in Glory kickboxing. He already had like 72 fights.
Yeah.
So he was a well-seasoned fighter. And not to mention, he had like 6, I think he had like 6 boxing, like regular boxing fights too. So
what's the name? What's the name? Don't really like Izzy.
Who?
John Jones.
I know you don't like Izzy. I don't like Izzy, probably because it reminds him of himself. Like they're very similar. They're very similar fighters. I mean, they both unorthodox. They both have superior striking ability. They both do everything great. You know what I mean? I would like to see them fight actually. You know what I mean?
John Jones. Here's the thing about John Jones, right? This is what makes me mad about people like John Jones, right? I would say John Jones. I'm not gonna put John Jones over Khabib. A lot of people would. I wouldn't. The reason why is because Khabib just coached the boy, and he's the champion now, and he has no losses. Well, he has one loss. He has one loss. He got knocked out. He has one loss, but he's the champion. He coached somebody to become a champ. That's why I give Khabib the nod over John Jones. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Now, I'm not saying John Jones didn't have wars, because I think he did. But I don't think that all the fights that I seen Khabib in, and trust me, I don't really like Khabib like that. I
Mhm.
never seen him really in danger like I seen John Jones in danger a couple of
Yeah, I
times.
just told you that guy that he fought that the last one of the last fights that he had before you know what I'm saying before he sat down for a bit was that dude. I can't remember his name. Like he was a real athletic type of guy, and he really pushed John Jones to the limit. John Jones still won the fight, but you know what I mean. If you look at people's opinion, you know they say
It, it,
yo.
let me ask you this, and I really don't, because I go back with MMA, UFC, but some of these people I really wasn't paying attention to like that. The only person I really pay attention to, GSP, George St. Pierre, who was the GOAT.
Mhm.
Um, and I would go back as far as Horace Gracie. There's some people, Dan Severn, Ken Shamrock, people like that. Uh, but I want to ask you, I want to ask you about John Jones. Did he ever get caught with steroids or something like that? Was it a scandal like that? Because I heard something like that, but I don't know if that's true or not.
It was said that he was taking performance enhancing drugs. That's what it was said.
So
That was
he did get did he not get not disqualified, but did he not get he didn't he couldn't come and fight or something like that?
yeah. I'm trying to remember. All right, so
Well, he was on drugs.
he was. We all we know that. That's publicized. We all knew that.
Okay.
It was said it was said that he was doing PEDs. Um, I believe it's true. I gotta look it up because I don't want to go say something that ain't true. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But like,
yeah,
no, he never took. So I believe it's true, but I'm not 100% because, like, at the time, it's not fresh in my head. You know what I'm saying? It happened years ago,
yeah.
but I know he was always being accused of taking performance enhancement drugs. You know, you know what I mean, and that's kind of the reason why it was like when he gets hit, he's infuriated, the pain, and it's
Hmm.
like when he punches, it got a little bit more of an oomph behind it and stuff like that. That's what a lot of people were saying. He was doing that.
He did a lot of dirty shit too. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I recognize John Jones as who he is, but he did a lot of dirty shit. Remember one time he's fighting Cormier, and Cormier had his waist, and John Jones put his hands up like this, and the referee like basically saying like, "All right, the referee coming over to break us." You know what I'm saying? And he lets him go, and he punches him in the face. That was corny. Like he did a lot of to me. He did a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct. And what really makes me mad about John Jones is he talk a lot of shit on Izzy, and he talk a lot of shit on people, but he don't want to come back and fight. They're saying, "Oh yeah, he's gonna come back and fight. He's gonna come back and fight this guy. He's gonna come back and fight. He's training. Oh, this is that, this and that." I hate people that talk shit from the sidelines. Oh yeah, you the goat, bro. You one of the goats, but don't come back and be Michael Jordan on the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Like for real. Like, because Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. When he came back and he played for the Wizards, or don't be Michael Jordan playing for the Red Sox or the Black Sox or whatever fucking team he played for. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be that Michael Jordan. So I
Yeah,
just hate when people talk. Don't, if you're a fighter, you were a fighter in the game. After you
yeah,
get out of the game, there's no reason for you to talk shit on other fighters if you're not gonna fight. Especially if they're calling you out. Izzy called you out so many times. If you can beat Izzy, then come and knock him out. All right, dog, I don't like you in real life and I don't like you in the sport. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna train for a year and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna set this fight up and I'm gonna fuck you up. And that's gonna be that. And then I'm gonna go back out and talk shit on you. It's like battle rappers, right?
yeah,
Let me jump real quick. It's like battle rappers, right? Battle
yeah,
rappers do all this talking. And then when you say, well, battle me then, they be like, well, what is that gonna do for me? Then why the fuck are you talking then? What is
yeah,
that gonna do for you either? But get a
yeah.
quick laugh. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about John
You
Jones.
know, you know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
You know how I feel
I
about
think
that,
I
bro.
think
So you
I ain't
already
gonna
know.
lie to you, and people might hate me for saying this. John Jones is a coward. You know what I'm saying? He's a coward when it comes to people like Izzy. He's a coward. I don't care if Izzy just lost. I don't give a fuck. But Izzy been calling you out. Won't you fight the man? If you so much better than him, then fight him.
See, here's the thing. Like, here's the thing about that, right? Here's the thing about this of possible fight with Izzy and Jones. For one, to me, I feel like it'll be almost like a mirror match. But here's the thing, right? That type of fight should have happened like 2 years ago. You get what I'm saying?
Why
If
you
they
feel
was
why you
to,
feel that? Why you say that?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because at that time, John Jones wasn't sitting that long. You understand what I'm saying? John Jones has been sitting for a good minute now. You know what I'm saying? Izzy has gotten better and better and better each fight. Even with this fight, you could tell that he's leveled up. You get
But
what I'm
John,
saying?
but my thing is, John Jones should shut the fuck up then.
He's not going to
That's what I'm saying.
because
So when you talk
because
like when you talking about you, if you're sitting for 5 years and you're still talking shit on somebody who's been active, then you might as well come back and fight him.
bro, I'm gonna tell you like this: John Jones ain't never gonna stop talking trash, man. Because the thing about it is that he needs relevancy. Like he don't want nobody to forget who he is. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I was a John Jones fan. I never forgot who he was. I know the guy is legit. But what I'm saying is that he needs to stay relevant. So the only way he can stay relevant at the moment is talk trash online.
Listen,
Me
bro,
personally,
John Jones could come back tomorrow, right?
yeah,
John Jones is known in the UFC. He could come back tomorrow. But there's guys that's much more popular than him
right now,
that got
yeah,
more losses than him.
yeah,
Conor
yeah,
McGregor. Conor could come back tomorrow and sell out a stadium.
yeah,
Even though he broke his leg in the last fight he was in. He can still
yeah,
come back and fight. So my thing is like with John Jones, I get it. You the GOAT, and I get it. You ain't got no losses. I get it. You the GOAT in your weight class. I ain't gonna say you the GOAT overall. You the GOAT in your
mhm.
weight class. But you gotta understand, like, to me, if I had to put you in a category with the top 5 fighters, you might not even make the list of if I'm going overall everything with popularity, money making, everything. He probably be number 5. He probably be number 5. I think Izzy had more. I think Izzy was in more main events than John Jones.
Well, we'll have to look that up.
And
He
Anderson
probably he
Silva.
probably was he probably was because Izzy's a very active fighter, and he was fighting like almost every few months. You've seen Izzy in a fight. So,
How many
and
fights
and,
did
and
John Jones have? I think
I
John
don't
Jones
know.
got about. I think he's like 16. Let me ask. Hey Siri, what is John Jones' record?
Here's what I found from essentialisports.com. John Jones currently holds a professional record of 26-1-0.
Who did he lose to? Because it says he
He
got.
he lost to. All right, so remember the UFC show? Remember the UFC show? People fight to get inside the house or whatever like that.
Yeah,
Okay, so remember he fought the dude that was like deaf.
I don't. I didn't see that one.
Okay, so he fought the dude that was deaf, and he was beating the guy. But what I remember was he did something he wasn't supposed to do, and they end up disqualifying him for the fight, and the other guy picked up the W. So that's the only loss that he got. I don't know why they counted that as a loss because that was a fight that they had for them to qualify to get inside the house or to get on the UFC card or something like that. But I know that's
Matt Hillman.
yeah, yep,
Matt Hillmill.
yeah. He's like deaf or whatever. That's the guy he fought.
2009. And the dude, hold on. Yeah, so
Yeah, that's the guy he fought. And then they
one,
said that,
two,
that they gave the victory to the other dude.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He defended his belt 15 times.
Mm.
He defended it 15 times. Yeah, so and he went. Let me see. Well, some good people, man.
Oh yeah, he fought Machida, and he submitted Machida on the gate. that was, phew, that was a nasty one when he submitted Machida on the gate. Like he had Machida in like some sort of sleeper, and Machida just fell out, and then he won that. That was a
So he
crazy
ain't fight.
fight.
He didn't fight for 2 years.
Yeah.
He ain't fight since February of 2020.
Okay.
So he ain't fighting 2 years. So I guess maybe he can talk a little bit of shit. He ain't fighting 2 years, so he can fight. But I don't think that fight is ever going to happen. I don't know if John Jones is going to come back and fight Uganda. I don't think he's going to fight him. I don't think John Jones is ever going to come back.
I think I think I think if the money's right, he gonna come back, and I think he's only going to want to fight big money fights. That's how I look at it, and you know what I'm saying. The people that's gonna comment on this can comment and tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like he's only gonna come back to the big money fights.
mm-hmm.
I feel like him and Izzy, that's a money fight. Him and Uganda is a money fight. He's only gonna come back for fights like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. And the fights that he was supposed to have, but he never jumped in. You know what I mean? I guess he just felt that they weren't fights that was gonna make him enough money. The one fight he was supposed to have before they started having ideas about Ugandan or whatever, you know what I mean? That guy, I forgot what happened. He said he don't want to fight him no more, or something like that. I think because of the guy's last performance or something like that, he said he
Yeah.
didn't want to. He didn't want to fight him. He wasn't impressed with the performance of so.
Hey,
I
get the
don't know
fuck out of
something.
here. Like, yo,
Something.
these
It was
fighters
something.
fucked me up. I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
fight that guy. It's like battle rappers. I don't want to battle you because you ain't do good in your last battle. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to do good when I battle you. I'm going to smoke you. Oh, yeah, man, you ain't do good in your last 3 battles, so I can't battle you. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, oh, because you ain't going to put your all into it. Like, right, like fucking fighters talk about some wall. I ain't like the way he fought. Like, no, you seen something that probably scared you. It's like, oh,
Mm.
yeah, this motherfucker did some crazy shit. Ain't like he got knocked the fuck out, and then you like, yeah, I ain't fighting you, bro. You got knocked out your last 5 fights. It'd be easy for me. I want a challenge. Like, even though they paying me 10 million to do this, like, get out of here. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it. All right, man. Talk to talk. You know what it is.
All right, deuces.
Peace.